When Samantha Burrell filmed water coming through her light fitting into her bedroom, little did she know that 3 years later it would turn into this.
It's leaking in that room again, Hills.
That small leak in her North London flat was never properly fixed. Despite her calls and her complaints, it spread, ripping down the ceiling, rendering the room uninhabitable. And still the water keeps on coming.
This is my living room, and this is where I've been sleeping.
As a tenant with a disability, Samantha says her spinal injury and her mobility have worsened, having to sleep on an airbed in her living room.
When it leaks, I jump out, try to get out of the bedroom and fall over, can't move, pressing my pendant, and my neighbours come to my house. Their negligence has now caused me, for now going on 3 years, to be in here.
Samantha even took her complaint to the Housing Ombudsman, who in April found her housing association, PA Housing, guilty of severe mismanagement and fined them, but it still hasn't properly fixed the leak.
They're just re-traumatising me over and over and over again.
In a statement, PA Housing said, "We want to say how sorry we are to Samantha. This situation is not acceptable. We thought we had fixed the problem that was causing the leak, but we clearly haven't gone far enough. It is now being fixed," they say, as a matter of urgency. But over the last 12 months, ITV News has found tenants across the country living in damage and disrepair. Today, the government began the process of changing the law to hold landlords to account. The bill will give the social housing regulator new powers to inspect council and housing association properties with just 48 hours notice and order emergency repairs. It will be able to dish out unlimited fines to failing landlords, and strict rules around when the regulator can step in will be relaxed, allowing more intervention. Do you regret that these reforms have taken so long?
Yes, we should have acted more quickly, but now we're bringing forward legislation which I think will ensure that social housing tenants at last have the rights they deserve.
You're giving the regulator a lot more power here. Are you going to give them a lot more resource? Will there be more money, more staff for the regulator to do this?
The regulator will have whatever it needs in order to ensure that those people who are in inadequate homes get the support that they need, and also know that we are on their side.
Does that mean more money for them?
It will mean that whatever resource they need, they will get.
And today, the body that represents housing associations in England has for the first time accepted the sector has a widespread problem with disrepair and has set up an independent inquiry into its failings.
The conditions that you've revealed through ITV are not something that anyone in the social housing sector would feel proud of, and we're really sorry to those residents who've had those experiences. But what we're doing is saying we can't fix this on a case-by-case basis alone. We need sector-wide action.
But tenants have long been promised action. They'll believe it when they no longer have to live like this.